Merry Christmas to everyone watching in through United Matters channel, and we start off our day with a very good video. United versus Aston Villa. It's the match preview. Match day 19 that sums up the last game of the first half of the Premier League season. Remember, each and every team plays 38 games, and that means the moment you click 19 games, you've gonna hit to accomplish the first half of your game. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Merry Christmas to everyone watching in through, and it's always nice having you on this channel because you guys are really very important to us, and we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims barakallahu fikum, and let's get started into this news that you guys are really interested in getting. Now, when you look at this game of football, Man United is going to play Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they played at home on Friday. They drew with Sheffield 1-1. Then Manchester United was beaten away by West Ham by 2-0. And I think we last played there when you're playing Bournemouth at Man United at Old Trafford in the Premier League, and we lost 3-0. And we are returning to Old Trafford after a period of 2 weeks when we last played there, and it is really a very trying moment for the club of Manchester United, and we wait to see how charged the players are gonna be, because we need a lot on the table. In the previous 4 games we're gonna head play as Man United, we haven't scored any goal. 3-0 against Bournemouth, 1-0 against Bayern Munich, 0-0 against Liverpool, and 2-0 against West Ham. So we need to see to it that we find a solution to goals. And it's not that we're not getting chances. We are getting chances, but these chances are not buried. You know, they are not buried. And that's why I saw a story that maybe United are really looking in to getting a center forward in the January transfer window. Let's see close to 100 likes smash this video. And now let's go to the gist of the matter. Now, Erik ten Hag, I've not seen anything concerning his press conference, but I know it's really going to be one of those recorded interviews that he's going to put, that United are going to put up very soon, as everything really comes close to the club of Manchester United. And I know late in the night they'll put up something concerning the team news and so on and so forth. But currently, Casemiro, Amad Diallo, they are back on the grass, but they cannot be integrated in the squad. And Lisandro Martinez, they expected to return in January. Those are 3 players who are not going to be available for that fixture. Then we have which other guy do we have? We have Tyrell Malacia is out. You know, he's out because of the injury. Martial, Rafael Varane have been out, but we anticipated that they're going to be returning back, you know, in the game of Aston Villa. And who else is out? Harry Maguire is also out. He's injured. So those are some of the players that we're really having that are really injured. Then we go to the returnees. Suspended Diego Dallo is going to return in action as United really plays against Aston Villa, having gotten a red card against Liverpool that serves 1 game. When you go to Aston Villa, they're not having Boba Kamara. He's suspended. Matty Cash is also suspended. He accumulated his 5th yellow card when they're playing against Sheffield. He's out. And the other players that are really out, the other players of Aston Villa that are really out include where is this guy? Emiliano Buendieda Buendieda is having an injury. Mings is having an injury. Bertrand Traore is having a muscle injury. Yuri Tielemans is having a calf injury, and Robin Olsen is having a knock. So those are the injuries of Aston Villa, and we anticipate that it's really gonna be a hard game for United, because Aston Villa, the last time we played them at Old Trafford, we beat them in the league. But trust me, this time round, we need to do the best of ourselves and really see to it that we really kill off our chances. Because when you don't kill off your chances, you give your opponent a lot of chances to come in through and really thrive. Because Oli Watkins, on every 2-3 chances, will kill off 1. At Man United, you can have 3 chances and not even score a goal. So we don't need to give them a chance to obviously come into a lead at Old Trafford. We need to take an early lead, and that early lead should lead us to getting more and more and more goals. The system that Erik ten Hag is going to play with is a 4-2-3-1. That is really very known to everyone here, and we go to the team as we think it's obviously going to stand. But one thing to note is that yesterday the 25% stake was announced by the club of Manchester United, and I think this could pump up these players and really get to know that we are now having a new a new owner. The interim CEO is going to have to address the players, the staff, and everyone at the club of Man United, and I think that should act as a very good uplift, in the mindset or mentality of the players of Man United to come in through and obviously offer the needful. In between the stitches, it's none other than Andre Onana. That is it. Andre Onana is going to start in between the stitches and is really performing very well. Though there are some people who don't believe in him, but I trust me, if at all you are really objective, this guy is really doing wonders. Right back, the moment I saw Erik ten Hag not play Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the game of Liverpool and the game of Bayern Munich and started Diego Dalot, looks like he's back to Diego Dalot. And for Diego Dalot, by the way, if at all you watched that game of West Ham very well, we lacked what we call crosses, from him, and how he surges into the final third. We really lacked a lot from him, and his inverted play into the midfield. That is Diego Dalot. So for me, I think Diego Dalot is going to come in through to obviously start as the right back. The left back, I think it's going to be Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is going to be played as a left back of Man United, but I really task him to obviously get us crosses. I want to see him surging in the final third to obviously deliver those crosses, pullbacks, squares, even shots. We really need them. Then the central defense, I anticipate that Rafael Varane is going to be fully fit to obviously come in through and really play alongside John Evans. But if at all Rafael Varane doesn't make it to be fully fit, it's obviously Kambuala will come in through and obviously play in that game. And I trust me, this guy went ahead to put up a very brilliant performance at West Ham, and he'll be given chance and time to obviously come in through and really operate at his best at Old Trafford. If I really manage to put up a performance away from home in a 60,000 packed away stadium, what if he's playing at Old Trafford? Because the fans will be obviously cheering him left, right, and center, and Kambuala is really ready to go, and that's going to show us his potentials. And I prefer he gets more playing time. That is it. I prefer he gets more playing time, and when he gets more playing time, you'll understand that this guy will really give us the best. Sometimes you need to see players from the academy coming through like Kambuala. Very fast, tall, huge, and he's a press-resistant player. So I really love him. But if Rafael Varane is back, then Varane will play alongside John Evans. We go to the midfield. I say this. This man must start. That man must start. That man with the bald head must start in the midfield. That guy must start. Amrabat must start. That is it. Must start. He's a must. The rest, changes can be made, but we need Amrabat in this game, because that midfield of Aston Villa is going to be having Jacob Ramsey, who else? There is, because Kamara is out, they'll be having Douglas Luiz and McGinn. You get? That's going to be the starting 11, the starting midfield. So we need Amrabat in that midfield. We need him badly. And to me, I would play Amrabat alongside Kobe Menu. That is it. I would play him alongside Kobe Menu. And I think if at all having that double pivot, it brings you those memories at Anfield on how we performed at Anfield, and it shows you exactly how good we can be when you're playing at Old Trafford. If at all we went ahead, obviously put in a very good, resilient performance down at Anfield with that double pivot, why not put up the same? Why not put up the same and more when you're playing at Old Trafford with 70 plus fans cheering at us? You get? So, central attacking midfield is Bruno Fernandes, but I urge him to obviously pass that ball, knock it around, don't go in for Hollywood passes, compose yourself, because it's all about your ball intention. The more you really have that ball around and knock it around, then the more chances to threaten and open up your enemy. That is it. Right attacking midfielder for me is Anthony. Obviously, he's becoming good of late. He's coming good of late, and Anthony is putting in a very good shift, guys. Very good shift, and we just have to obviously see him really get to where he deserves to be as a player of Manchester United. He would have gone ahead to bag himself 2 assists or 3 in the game of West Ham if at all Garnacho had gone ahead to do justice to the 2 balls that he went ahead to give him, that exposed him into a venicity of a keeper to beat. That is it. Left attacking midfielder, I'll go with Alejandro Garnacho to obviously play into that position. And who is leading the line? I've heard of a story that Rasmus Hojlund is really having some virus in there for you, but if he's available, he will start. If he's not available, you anticipate that Marcus Rashford will come through to obviously do the job for the club of Manchester United on the day. So that is it coming in from my predicted starting 11. And I really anticipate that Villa will have Martinez in goal, Konsa right back, left back will be Moreno, Carlos and Lenglet will be into the central defense, because even Pau Torres got a knock, so we don't know whether we'll obviously make it. Then Zaniolo, Maguire and Luiz, Ramsey, Diaby and Oli Watkins. When you look at their front 3, it's really threatening, and we need to be up to our best, especially when it comes to defending, because they can also they can sit back and obviously hit you on the break. You know that very well. So they can sit back and hit you on the break. That is the side of Aston Villa. So we need to be really playing our A game, and the moment we bring our A game, I think we can cause a lot of trouble to that team. Let's go to the head-to-head stats that you need to know about this game. Manchester United have won 38 of their last 56 Premier League games against Aston Villa. 13 draws, 5 losses, the highest win rate of any side to have faced another at least 40 times in the championship. So we are having a 68% win ratio over Aston Villa. So that is it. 68% winning percentage. So Aston Villa have won 2 of their last 4 Premier League games against Man United, 1 draw and 1 loss, as many as they had in their previous 51 against them. 12 draws and 37 losses. In English League history, Man United 58 and Aston Villa 46 are the 2 sides with the most wins on Boxing Day. The Red Devils also hold the record for most such victories in top flight, 44, and Premier League 21. Now, you cannot come out and brag on that, because this season it has been all about breaking the records that Winter Hate will really set way back. So you can't come out here and really back that. But all you can understand is that this team has to show up tomorrow. Remember, beating Aston Villa is very important. Why is it very important? They're having 39 points and we are having 28. You beat Aston Villa, we go to 31 points. That means we'll be 8 points behind them, meaning that at least we'll be bridging the gap, in between them. So fourthly, Man United are unbeaten in their last 19 Boxing Day home games. 16 wins, 3 draws, since a 3 loss against Liverpool in 1978. And 1979. You've got that. Lastly, Aston Villa lost on Boxing Day in the last 2 Premier League seasons, 3-1 against Chelsea and 3-1 against Liverpool. They last did so in 3 consecutive campaigns between 2012 to 2013 and 2014 to 2015. That's how Aston Villa is really faring into this game of football. So I'll go for a 2-1 win for the club of Man United. I think this is the time we obviously woke up. I think Sergio Merkel connected with his players, because sometimes you need something to obviously act as a spark in your season. And maybe the 25% minority stake announcement by the club of Man United might be the spark in all this. So what's your prediction? Tell me your thoughts about this game of football, but we need to see to it that we really kill off these chances that we create. If we don't kill off these chances that we create, every time we'll fall victims of blaming each other, you know. But we are really having a virus. We don't know whether Anton Martial has healed from it. Varane, looks like Rasmus Højlund is also a culprit of that. We need to pray to it that it all goes well and really get this chance to win, because the best way for us to usher ourselves in the best year of 2024 is by winning this game. You know, Aston Villa is one of the biggest teams. You win against them, you would have gone ahead to make what we call a statement win that everyone will obviously like and really think that the team is really back. So we need to win. We need to win. Guys, we need to win. That's why I've gone for a 2-1 win. But our winning is going to depend on the midfield, or in the double pivot, on who Erik ten Hag patterns with, either Kobe Menu or Scott McTominay or who. But in this game, Amrabat has to start. He has been playing very well, and I don't know why the manager went ahead to obviously rest him against West Ham and never even played a single minute. Yet you saw to it that that game was calling for the services of Amrabat. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, my mates, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. And once again, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.